Hey guys, Justin here with our pickups from this last weekend. And honestly, the garage sale forecast for this last weekend did not look promising. There wasn't a whole lot of sales that were going on in our area, and the ones that were didn't look like they were going to have much in the video game department, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't a good weekend for us. We actually got quite a bit of stuff here, even though the garage sales weren't that great. So I'm going to start it with Thursday, actually, because that's pretty much when everything started. It must have been Tuesday or Wednesday. I was driving home, and I noticed that there was a house right around the corner from mine, pretty much my neighbors, that were setting up for a garage sale. And I kind of scoped it out. It looked like mostly old people stuff though, so I didn't make much of it. However, that night, when I checked the garage sale list online, I came across that particular sale and noticed that it said that they were going to be selling game systems. Now, luckily, my brother knew one of the people that was having the sale, and I guess I kind of did too. So I got a hold of him the next day and asked, what kind of video games you're going to be selling. He said he had like an N64 with a bunch of games, a Genesis with a bunch of games, some PlayStation stuff. And then, of course, I asked, would you mind if I came up before your sale and checked it all out? And he said that that was fine. So Thursday afternoon, I walked up there and bought quite a bit of stuff, actually. Got a nice little haul here. I'll start out with this. Yeah, here's the N64 system he said he had. Nothing too special here, just, a black system. No expansion pack. But, it's in good shape. And it came with both of the original adapters here. And two first-party controllers, one of which is actually the red one, which is very cool. I don't think I have the red one yet. Also had a performance tremor pack. Now, he told me it came with a bunch of games. Unfortunately, there was only one game in here, and that was Quest 64, which is a game that Dave and I both already have complete in box, actually. I haven't heard the greatest things about this game. I can't really judge it, though. I have never played it. So maybe I'll see if Ryan wants this copy. I'm not sure if he has this game yet, but we got that there. Next, I will show the Genesis stuff I got. Vanilla Coke. Okay, so they had a Model 1 Genesis system there. And it was complete, it had both adapters, two controllers, one of which was third party. But they were actually selling the games separate from the system, which is weird. Normally you see them bundled together. And they were asking $20 for the system. And, honestly, even if I could have got it for $10, I probably wouldn't have done it, just because, in my opinion, that's what they're worth. If I was going to sell a Sega Genesis to someone face-to-face, I'd probably ask $10 for it. And I've got so many Segas sitting around down here that I have nothing to do with. I can't really sell them online because the shipping cost is $10 alone. So unless I'm willing to take, $2 or $3 for a complete Genesis system, that's not going to happen. I've used a couple of them in trades before, but other than that, they've just been sitting down here. So I passed on the system they had there. But I did pick up the games that they had, and there's actually quite a few good ones in here. Good games that I didn't have, actually. We got Micro Machines here, and I believe all of the games that came with their cases are complete, which was really cool. And check out this cartridge. It's one of those weird-looking, like, Codemasters cartridges or whatever. But there's Micro Machines there. That one was cool to pick up. Also got The Adventures of Mighty Max. Another one I didn't have here. The Ren and Stimpy Show presents Stimpy's Invention. We got Balls 3D. Fighting at his ballsiest. I think I have that game for the Super Nintendo too. We got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 here, which was weird because in here actually was a not-for-resale copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Sonic 3 manual, Sonic 3 case, and not-for-resale Sonic 1. I wasn't too disappointed though. I actually have an extra loose cartridge copy of Sonic 3 that I can put in here. So, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and that was all for the complete games here. We got some loose cartridge stuff actually as well. Okay, this one was kind of a buzzkill actually. It is Sunset Riders game and manual. No artwork on the case, which you don't see that too often. Game and manual, no artwork. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with this because I'm not really one to collect loose cartridge Genesis games, or in this case, cartridge and manual, but I think I'm going to hold on to this for a while just because it'd be really cool to have this game complete. Maybe there's an off chance I can find, either the case for it or just the artwork for it or something. I know this game isn't worth as much on the Genesis as it is on the Super Nintendo. I think the Super Nintendo one's like $25–30. This one's like a complete, like a $15 game, but it still would be cool to have, so might hang on to that one for a while just in case. We also got The Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants. Another copy of Sonic 1, not for resale. Separation Anxiety with a really messed up label. We got Monopoly here. And of course you gotta have Sonic 2, not for resale. So I was happy to pick up the games. I mean, you know, there's a few of them in there that I didn't have yet. Some pretty cool ones that I didn't have yet actually, so I was happy to find those. Now, here's the big bundle here. Ugh. This was definitely the bulk of the deal here. I'll start out with some of these DS games that I got actually. Nice stack of DS games here. And we got Need for Speed Underground 2. The only one in here that is missing the manual, I believe, is Pokemon Dash. All the rest of these, I believe, are complete. Asphalt Urban GT, which I think this is one of the first games I had for my original DS back in the day. I must have sold it or something because I definitely don't still have it, but I do remember having that one back in the day. We got Madden 2005, Madden 06, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and WarioWare Touched. So cool to see DS games at a garage sale that aren't Hannah Montana. And next, I believe all the rest of this is PlayStation 2 stuff actually. Here's a PS2 fat system here. And what's cool about this is it actually has this attached to the back of it, this part here, which I believe is a network adapter, seeing as it has, you know, like Ethernet connectors or whatnot. So that was cool to see that. I've never seen one of these actually. We got another PS2 fat here. This one just has, you know, doesn't have the network adapter, but only one of these systems is complete, I believe. One of them was just the system only, and then they had, yeah, here's the AV cord for one, and the power cord as well here. There are some controllers in here as well. We got 2 of the original DualShock controllers, and then 2 of these, like, blue controllers. I don't know if that's Pelican or... This one's Mad Catz. I don't know what this one is. And we also got a PS2 remote. And I believe there is, yep, 8 MB memory card. Actually, Jessica's PS2 memory card. You got Jessica's memory card. Alright, and then there was some games in here as well. And actually this iToy, which is like the second iToy I picked up at a garage sale this year. Still have no idea what it is. Never used the last one I had. I mean, I guess this one's cooler because it's in the box, but I don't know. And here's actually the game that goes with that. I'm assuming this came in the box as well. And I'm looking at the back, and I still don't know what it is. Anyway, we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, we got Tony Hawk Underground, Twisted Metal Black, which looks very creepy, but I know this is like a blow 'em up kind of game. It's not like a Silent Hill or anything like that, even though it kind of looks like it. We got 2 copies of Grand Theft Auto 3, which must be copy like 5 and 6 that we picked up at the garage sales this year. This game is everywhere. We got Tekken Tag Tournament, Vice City, one of my favorite games of all time, although I definitely prefer the PC version over the console version. Same with this one, San Andreas. Definitely prefer the PC version over the console port. Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. Guitar Hero 3. In my opinion, the best Guitar Hero by a long shot. I used to be obsessed with Guitar Hero back in the day. It was like in tournaments and stuff, and this was definitely my favorite one. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Parappa the Rappa 2, which I believe is like a precursor to Guitar Hero, which you just use the controller. I think there's not like a special controller for that game. And Need for Speed Most Wanted Black Edition. And also, I believe, yep, we got a loose disc copy of Dark Cloud in here. So that was cool. They also had, you know, for Guitar Hero, here's a guitar they had here. And it actually came with 2 DDR games that I already gave to Ryan. He wanted them, but it came with like 3 DDR mats. This is the only one I think that's the official. One of these is a Mad Catz, one was like a Pelican one. But apparently Ryan didn't want the dance mats, so I'm stuck with them. Even though I don't have the game, even if I did, I probably wouldn't play it. But all right. So, what did I pay for all of that? He actually gave me a really good deal on it. And see, I'm trying to remember what they were asking for everything individually. I think they wanted $25 for the N64 system with the game. They wanted $20 for that box of Genesis games. I think they wanted close to like $60 for that whole PS2 bundle, plus, you know, $1 a piece on the DS games. And the guy gave it to me all for $65 actually, which, you know, I thought that was a great deal. That was a significant decrease from what they were originally asking for it. So I was more than happy to pay that. So that was definitely a good deal there. So moving on, if you guys remember a few videos back, I was talking about that other local collector that we met, who's got that just insane collection, especially NES games, like 650 complete NES games, absolutely ridiculous. But I've kept in touch with him. And we've kind of been going back and forth lately, just texting and stuff, and just, you know, talking video games and whatnot. And recently, we've been trying to set up a time where either Dave and I or Ryan and I can go back up to his place and, you know, obviously just hang out a little bit and spend some money, because, you know, he's got tons of doubles. He's got like 1,000 NES card doubles and stuff like that. So we knew there was a lot of stuff up there that we'd be interested in buying. And he actually had another garage sale going on this weekend. His family was having another garage sale. So obviously he was going to be busy with that Friday and Saturday, but he said he was free on Thursday night. And now Dave had like a family reunion going on this weekend, so he was obviously incredibly busy with that. And Ryan was really sick actually, but I didn't want to go by myself, so I talked Ryan into coming up with me on Thursday night. So we drove up there, and you know, for a good couple hours we kind of hung out with this guy. You know, we talked video games for a while, and of course spent a little bit of money. Now, he had tons of like box games and stuff, tons of loose boxes that I wanted, good ones too. Like, you know, he had like a couple Lufia 2 boxes. He had like 6 Final Fantasy 6 boxes. You know, I'm not gonna ramble on about what he had, but you know, obviously he's gonna want what they're worth. You know, he was willing to give good deals, and obviously I respect that. But you know, obviously he's gonna want pretty much what they're worth, which is understandable. I'm just not the kind of guy to pay that kind of like retail price for stuff. So I mainly picked up just a bunch of like loose cart stuff. Not exactly filler titles. There's a couple cool ones in here actually, some of which I've never even heard of. So I'll start out. We got Urban Champion here for the NES. It is a 5-screw, one of the black box games. I'm still looking for a couple black box games. I need Balloon Fight, and there's a few more obviously that I need. Some that are pretty hard to get a hold of, but here's a game that I've never heard of before, The Last Starfighter. And I think he was telling me that this was like a movie back in the day about a guy who like actually played video games. So I think Ryan and I are going to watch that movie when we get a chance. We got Journey to Silius, Break Time, The National Pool Tour, Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja, Totally Rad, which is actually a really good game, and I've been really jealous. Ryan actually picked up this game from our local play and trade back when they were in business here, and we tried it out, and this is actually a really fun game. It's basically a Mega Man clone. Like, I don't even think anyone could argue that it's not, but it is very fun. Never heard anyone talk about this game, never seen anyone pick this game up, but definitely, I do definitely recommend this game. We got Tag Team Match Muscle by Bandai. I have no idea what this game is. I'm assuming it's wrestling. It looks like wrestling, but the characters look like chickens or something. So I'll have to try that one out to see what it is. Here's another one I've never heard of before. Treasure Master. I don't know if this was like a movie back in the day as well. Looks like it would be, but I don't know. And Castlevania 1. I picked up a copy of Castlevania 1 from this guy, who someone apparently got from Salvation Army for 99 cents at one point. But the reason I picked this up is because, I kid you not, my copy of Castlevania doesn't work. You know, I tried it for the first time a month or two ago, and even in my top loader, the game will not play. It's like the second or third NES game I've come across in my lifetime that just flat out doesn't work. So I don't really understand how they break. I mean, the cartridge was like mint condition, so I don't know what could have possibly went wrong with it. But I kid you not, it doesn't work, and it's really been bugging me lately that I did not have a copy of Castlevania 1, or at least a working one, in my collection. So I picked this up from him. Of course, he had like 5 doubles of that game, but anyway, we got High Speed, World's #1 Pinball, Cabal, and finally for the NES here we got The Immortal, which looks pretty cool. So, all of those games I just showed were unique to my collection. I guess you could argue that I already had Castlevania, but now I have a working one. And got some Super Nintendo games as well, not quite as many, but we got Street Racer, James Bond Jr., Championship Soccer 94, laugh if you want, but we got Barbie Supermodel. And it's weird because these last two games are actually, like, they're shrink wrapped. Like, I don't know. Like, the cartridge itself is actually shrink wrapped. I don't know if you can tell. We got that one, and then we also got B.O.B. or Bob, I guess, which I remember from the Genesis, but I've never played Super Nintendo. Again, it's shrink wrapped. I don't exactly know why. And then I picked up one loose card Genesis game, and I know I just got done when I was talking about that Genesis games, talking about how I'm not really a loose card guy, but it's Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures, and the only reason I picked this up is because I actually already had the boxing manual for it. So I just got sick of looking for this game card only on eBay. It's not a rare game by any means, but it didn't come up on eBay for, you know, a few dollars, which is, you know, what I was willing to pay for it, top of the line. So I picked that one up. Now it's hard to say exactly. I don't like what I paid for all of that because Ryan got some games as well. He already took those to his house, so I can't show them. But off the top of my head, I remember he picked up Crystallis for the NES, Shadowgate for the NES. He got Monster Party, along with a few other games as well. I think the total was like $87. Some of the games were $2. Most of them were $3. A couple of them were $4. So, you know, he gave them to us for fair prices, I'd say. Especially because some of those games, you know, are a little uncommon. Some of them I've never even heard of before. So I was happy to add all of those to my collection. Like I said, they were all unique to my collection. And of course, we're hoping that there's another time in the near future where we can go back up there and, you know, hang out with this guy again, and of course spend some more money. So anyway, that was all we got for on Thursday. So the weekend hadn't even started yet, and we're already doing okay.